Omni Knight Sand King, that lane is super scary if they do that lane.
Oh, no way. He's hiding right in the trees. He's going to have to pop out with the tango, but it looks like he's going to be run down. Burrow Strike is there. It doesn't even look like they're going to have to blow the spin. That'll be the first blood. U9.
And just being together
Jump on the Madara. He's going to need some help. Kaka is trying to get himself away. Doesn't have the Burrow Strike up in time. That's going to be the first track kill of the game. Maybe next time, posts up very nicely. We'll be able to get another track onto Faith, giving Madara the space to be able to stay ahead of at least one of these heroes. But SC, he's moving a whole lot quicker thanks to that haste rune. He'll be able to get the jump here onto Madara. In fact, I think I would be pretty happy if I was at Finem, getting that boost of gold. All they have to do at that point in time is make sure that Newbee do not actually claim any high ground advantage with their Aegis. They're going to smoke up and mass TP here, some to the tier 3 tower. One of them is going to be leading off in tier 2. That's going to be SC. He managed to catch the Templar Assassin, and Finem are going to be forced into a fight here. Thug needs some help. He turns around, gets a good amount of damage onto SC. They also throw the wall down, but he gets a heal and a repel. Kaka makes a nice initiation, but they manage to get the Fiend's Grip, but Faith immediately puts a stop to that one with telekinesis. SC, he drops the hammer, but can't finish anybody off. It looks like Thug may be caught here, but he has the refraction. Quickly burning through that one. He's going to be forced back. Maybe next time will help cover his tracks on the background. Faith barely stays alive. It's going to be Finem's Bane who goes down instead. I think it might be time for a gem. I mean, look how many counter wars they've laid down as Newbee, because they know their movements are being read. The problem is, it's a bounty hunter. He's placing wards that you're not used to actually having to contest. A ward between tier 1, tier 2 bottom. A ward that's already inside your base, up at the top lane. It seems Finem, Newbee know this. They knew all their movements. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, what? Maybe next time. No. All right, Courier, it'll get a pass this time around, but will Newbee get a pass on this Roshan attempt? It seems like Finem know, and they are quickly moving into the Roshan pit with this smoke.
And Darkseer has a blink dagger.
They're going to blink forward. Burrow Strike already onto Thug. That's going to stop that big entrance, and the wall vacuum just becomes an impossible situation. Newbee are just going to push forward without it as they miss the vacuum combo, and there it goes. SC moves forward big time, managed to take out the Luna, the second core of this fight, who's already down. Thug in the back lines does manage to kill at least the Rubik, but now he no longer has his BKB. The Diffuser Blade's going to be able to slow him down. Blinks over the side, but now KP will keep pace with him. Unfortunately, they are lacking any counter vision, so Thug can bide his time another 4 seconds. He will have a blink up as well as a refraction. Are they really going to try and chase him down? Sand King's on his way. There goes the blink, but they're going to be able to keep up with Thug. He's going to go for the TP out. The Imprison is not going to be there in time.
You don't have the Dezo on your team.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the TA by herself is going to be able to chunk down this tier 3 tower, and nobody wants to fight around a Luna when she's already hitting on your Raxes, but Newbee are a bit slow to get here. They're going to come forward. SC, nice blink backwards there by Thug. Unfortunately, Lerna doesn't have the same kind of mobility. They're going to need to get off the BKB, but it doesn't go down. The Burst Strike comes out first, and they've already blown up the big carry of Finem and taken down the Bane as well. BKB TP out for one, but the supports and the utility offlane won't be as lucky. That's 4 down from Finem as SC picks up the triple kill.
Because the glaives just bounce back and forth between the racks.
Thug sets up quick meld strike onto U9, but real sad thing is they do not have a wall of replica. That's one of the big high ground defending abilities. Oh, heavy nukes coming out. Nightmare will manage to help Thug dodge some of that, but the tier 3 tower is already down. Move forward, manage to get a 2-man vacuum, pull back onto the 2 carries. He actually has the Fiend's Grip onto U9. Newbee are setting up with the epicenter, but Thug managed to jump forward. He interrupts that, but perhaps at the cost of his own life. No, he pops a BKB, moves forward, goes straight for the Juggernaut as quick as possible. KP, he'll get off the Guardian Angel, and immediately Finem start retreating. They don't want to fight around that, but they may just be forced to with another catch of the imprisonment. Skylark's going to be in serious trouble. He's the first to go down.
It doesn't look like she sold any of her items, so maybe they can take this fight. Darkseer does have his wall up again.
Another jump forward, and SC's going to force Madara back to base. Actually, Madara's going to come forward because they got a really good vacuum and a wall combination, but it just doesn't seem to be enough. They don't have any damage coming out. Thug trying to battle up against the Juggernaut, but he gets taken down by the Omni Slash nice and easy, and there's nothing the Luna could do at half HP. They just call it. Finem will relent to an SC godlike in this game number 1. Newbee looking so dominant here on the main stage as they at a score of 17-3.
The big hero. Talk about, oh, okay, that's the big hero.
People
Maybe
have
next
camped in
time,
mid.
maybe on the way back he can actually get it, and it would be even better if SC puts the bottle back of the courier, but maybe next time Invis runs out at the wrong time. Blocking him out, Spartan is going to have to eat through a tree. Nice telekinesis top back down into Faith, and as they try and make for the dive, they will manage to slow him down with the Ignite, and KP looks like he'll be able to run him down. Pops the mango, Spartan tries to juke him out once again, but no tricks up his sleeve.
Top rune, SCCC runs into the smoke, does not get lifted.
And now they're going to still try and run him down with the Dragonite, but Faith is here to try and stop things. Actually, they get a telekinesis, stoling him up and throw him into the river. Now Skylark can chase him down. Lasso might not even be needed here. Skylark is just going to be able to pair up with the rest of his teammates of the actual counter ward itself.
So Spartan's level 6 now. They have more potential for plays. Kaka,
See the Bat Rider.
he does not have Blink Dagger. He needs some way to slow him down or speed up Skylark.
Kaka's still got his ultimate. He's kind of baby next time. Of course, all of Newbee are going to be able to come in straight into the jungle. Skylark's going to be caught as well. They stun him up. Can't get back to the cliff in time. They popped it with the Burrow Strike now, and maybe Dragonite can actually get the stun before the next Linken's is up in 4 more seconds. SC, the smoke pops, actually jump forward here from Madara. He managed to kill the Sand King before he gets caught by this whole entire initiation. He needs to be able to get out of Replicate. Madara, he's weeding his way through the trees with the Quelling Blade. Is he actually dodging all this? No way. Madara, he comes out with the waveform now. They've got Kaka, they've got the silence. Madara, a magician. He pops out, appears. He's going for SC now. He's trying to actually get the extra kill. Thug, they've got the nukes coming in. Thug has another round of nukes in just a couple of seconds here. He's going to blink forward, but no, decides against it. Blinks backward instead. U9 is here with the Shadow Blade, but he's already been met with a silence from the pucks. Yeah. Think how little they've... Oh, there's the Blink Dagger. They managed to catch Kaka. That's hugely important. He's the only counter to this Bat Rider at this point in time. The rest of Newbee will complete their TPs and attempt to contest this off-lane tower push, but it's just not going to happen. They're going to Burrow Strike out of the Dream Coil, but Thug is still there thanks to his Jarb. The smoke breaks. Thug thinking about it here. Skylark's going to come forward. There's the lasso. They caught KP. He thought he was going to be able to defend that tier 2 tower with this setup. Now they're actually going to be able to go for more. Maybe next time in the background goes for Kaka, but he gets blown up. But maybe that's just enough. Now the rest of Finem are here. They're on top of SC, and SC needs a save. Kaka gets blown up in the backlines, and I think SC, he doesn't have a whole lot of heals coming his way. That ultimate's going to wear off. He will manage to survive thanks in part to the armlet. U9 managed to get the kill in the background of the Rubik, but Faith, he will be gobbled up. Madara's Morphling is just way too big at this time. Dominating streak. U9 comes in from the side, does see a couple of these heroes. They're going to go straight for the puck in the back lines, and that's a perfect hero. They stop the initiator. They've already taken him out, and now Madara has to do this all solo pretty much. He's the big damage dealer. He's trying to go for the Slark, but it's just not going to be enough. They already, here comes the epicenter. KP on the side, blinks in, managed to get his jump, but they actually missed the Skylark entirely. They get a little bit more magic damage onto SC, but he's armlet toggling beautifully. Madara's going to try and chase him down. He has an Ethereal Blade up. He just needs vision. He backs away, though. Turns for the Slark instead. Gets him. Here comes a bounce in. Nice double stun from KP, and they try and fight this out. SC goes against the Morphling, but the nukes come in. They finish him off. Now the Ogre's going to be left over as well. He's dead on top of everything else. Newbee go from finding the advantage in the team fight to losing it immediately against Madara's Morphling.
Another, 9 minutes before they
Especially since their initiation is so important. That's why Skylark tries to go for Kaka. Can't quite get him. And now he's going to be caught by U9. He managed to get a couple of nukes down, but there goes the Shadow Dance as well as Kaka's nukes. Madara goes ahead and cleans up that support in the back lines, but his 2 cores are safe. At least for now, Thug actually blinks his way in. Immediately hit by the Dragon Tail of SC. And here comes KP. Epicenter over the top. Madara still fighting strong, though. Managed to get the Dragonite. Already a buyback coming out from the Slark. They need to be able to keep this melee Rax alive, and Slark is the man to do it. It seems like Madara is still feeling himself, though. He goes for KP, jumps forward, it's going to be caught though, managed to jump back to his replicate just in time. Spartan tries to go for the TP out, he will not make it, the nuke's too much for him to handle. Need to find a way to be able to stop this initiation for a 3rd time. But this time around, they're not relying on Skylark. Madara's just putting himself on the front lines. He is going to be combo stunned here, but there is going to be some interceptions. BKB already used up. Morphling immediately goes for the back line, just right-clicks Kaka down as he tries to protect himself against the nukes, but the right-click damage will easily do. Now KP comes in with the epicenter, managed to get a 2-man Burrow Strike, but it just doesn't finish off these heroes. Madara comes back in, cleans up the slop, and with the help of Thug, they will eliminate Newbee. This game 2 may just be over here. No buybacks coming out, and the series evened up. Finem going crazy in the booth. Ad Finem versus Newbee would be one hell of a match. And they're wrapping around behind Faith. Faith is going to be the one caught. Disruption leading into an impale, leading into an arrow. And that'll be the easiest first blood of Ad Finem's life here at the mid stage.
In the last minute, throwing KP on the Sand King. And he gets arrowed yet again.
No need for a disruption here. Kaka, who leveled up Sticky Napalm to try and harass that Alchemist in the mid lane, is in serious trouble. Maybe next time, trying to body block him. They'll also have the disruption into the impale once again. Ad Finem's teamwork looking spot on here. Efficiency on map.
And Madara, he's walked into a ward.
That is too much of a dangerous game, my friend. He's just going to get bursted down. Thought he could rely on the time lapse, but one stun and one sentry. They do have the Eclipse, but he doesn't get it off in time. Now they're going to be able to combo stuns up. No, he actually sidesteps the arrow. He can actually turn with the Warlock, dropping the Chaotic Offering. They're going to be able to blow up the Shadow Demon. It seems like catch the Nyx Assassin as well. He turns for an Impale, but it doesn't matter. Sitting AK. Oh, the arrow going to come out. Maybe next time. How does he keep on landing these? Skylark holds on to the Spike Carapace until he was in the perfect spot, too.
Maybe next time it looks like they are well aware that a smoke is coming. Just not which direction. Skylark will pop the smoke.
They do have dust. Batrider runs the wrong direction, blinks onto a Spike Carapace. Not able to catch Skylark just yet. They bounce him forward instead of backwards. He gets an impale off. The dust is wearing low, and they will manage to catch him, but they're in a nasty position. They're inside the secret shop. They're going to try and play the high ground here. The jump forward. Madara is going to be caught by the Chaotic Offering, but does manage to time-lapse it off. They also jump forward onto Spartan, but the Batrider's already down. Eclipse moving forward, does manage to clean up Spartan. Maybe next time leaps himself barely out of it, but the Luna is almost down. He gets burned out by the Radiance, and Madara searches for more. The Sand King and the Timbersaw, they might have gotten maybe next time, but they are dropped dangerously low. Alchemist is going to be able to come in, hits him with the Concoction. That's a Timbersaw dead. A big kill for Ad Finem as they pick up their 4th kill.
Although she's building a scepter herself, so like they still have a lot of room to grow. And Newbee, they need
he wasn't careful enough. SC, no vigilance here. KP is going to be caught as well by the Impale. He tried to blink in and get a Burrow Strike up, but Skylark strikes first. This offlaner beginning to shine now for Ad Finem. They're going to be able to run down some extra heroes. Poor Faith, he knows that he's done for. He's Thieves Thug, big and bad. Running forward on the Alchemist, claims that double kill. Newbee, without their big team fight ultimates of both the Epicenter and Chaotic Offerings, seem unlikely to be able to contest this, particularly with the heavy damage of Ad Finem. They try and come in, and C's just not going to be there in time for a Chakram. The Roshan will go down, and an Aegis picked up by the Alchemist. Now they're actually trying to turn. Skylark does stun up Kaka. They almost finish him off. They need a little bit more burn damage to make Kaka's sacrifice worth it. SC's going to be chased down by Madara at the same time. They disruption. Thug going to be pulled up on the cliff, but he does bounce back down over to Madara as he's still trying to chase down SC. KP thought about an Epicenter, started charging up. He cancels instead, opting for the stun, and that is going to be able to get the kill on Madara without the ultimate. The Fountain here, as now they're beginning to beat on the melee Rex. With the help of Madara, they're going to be able to go on to SC. SC drop low. KP trying to interrupt, though, with the Burrow Strike. Will allow SC to retreat, but now it's 4 members of Newbee ready to fight, while SC is going to regen up. This means their melee Rex is going to be forfeited.
They can't even kill the illusions.
They can't. They're just way too big.
That's depressing.
Beating on this tier 2 tower. Ad Finem still have that Aegis.
Oh,
Faith. No way. Are they going to go for it? No, they're just going to let the illusions do their work. Maybe they can force Faith back to the Fountain once again.
They need a big combo. Sand King, Epicenter into Fatal Bonds, Warlock. That's pretty much all they can do. There is still no BKB on the Alchemist, nor...
Jump forward, there's their initiation. Immediately stops. Skylark in place with the Spike Carapace. They try and drop the Chaotic Offering, catching multiple heroes here, but Thug is right in the middle of so these heroes, and they're dropping low. Thug, he's hit by the Eclipse, brought down as SC gets the jump onto him, but still, Madara comes forward with his BKB. He's already cleaned up Faith, and Thug, this is round 2 with him. I mean, they're actually trying to run the Luna all the way back here. He doesn't actually have a TP scroll. Newbee are trying to push back on the Alchemist, slow him down at the bare minimum until Luna comes in from behind with that Eclipse.
Faith might die on the right side to these illusions.
These illusions just will not stop. Faith is dead. Between the combination of bugs and the illusions burned, now U9's going to be targeted. He doesn't have a BKB, so he's going to be whomped on by all these heroes. Bounce back by the jump. KP comes forward. He does manage to catch by Madara, but it doesn't matter. Newbee, they are so ineffective. They can't stop Ad Finem. Ad Finem going crazy inside the booth, cheering, yelling in one unified voice. This is Sparta. This is Ad Finem on the main stage, taking down Newbee.
A standing ovation from the crowd as they top Newbee 2-1 off the back of some very nice bounty hunter play and an Alchemist in game number 3.
Gotta love it. Finem showing so much emotion.